Right now at 5, a historic day.
I, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., do solemnly swear.
I, Kamala Davy Harris, do solemnly swear.
Joe Biden and Kamala Harris sworn in as President and Vice President of the United States. Their promise to Americans:
bringing America together, uniting our people, uniting our nation.
Tonight, the inauguration of our 46th president. And you are taking a live look in Washington, D.C. at the White House right now, where the new president, along with the first family, will be spending their first night as residents of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. That's the flag above the White House there. It's a place that they are familiar with, despite not getting a formal invitation from the Trump family to visit before President Biden took office. The look and feel of today's inauguration and parade very different from what we've seen in the past.
And that was for two reasons: the coronavirus pandemic and the deadly insurrection on Capitol Hill. Washington, D.C. was locked down in ways we have never seen before.
But that did not stop the pageantry of this day from taking center stage. President Joe Biden's message to the country was clear. Let's get the latest now from CBS 4's Natalie Brand.
President Biden entered the White House with the First Lady a little more than an hour ago. A reporter asked for his message to the world, and he replied, unity. And that's the same message we heard during President Biden's speech here at the Capitol.
I, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., do solemnly swear.
After taking the oath of office, President Joseph R. Biden declared democracy has prevailed.
I will be a president for all Americans, all Americans.
Former presidents Barack Obama, George W. Bush, and Bill Clinton were on hand for the transfer of power, as well as outgoing Vice President Mike Pence.
So help me God. So help me God.
Pence's successor, Kamala Harris, made history, becoming not only the first woman, but the first black person and first person of South Asian descent to become vice president. Speaking at the Capitol just 2 weeks after rioters stormed the building, the 46th president said unity is the only path forward.
My whole soul is in this: bringing America together, uniting our people, uniting our nation. And I ask every American to join me in this cause.
While today was steeped in tradition, only a small, socially distanced group attended the ceremony because of the coronavirus pandemic and increased security concerns.
The National Mall, usually crowded with supporters, was instead filled with flags. On stage, an array of star power.
Amazing grace.
Notably absent, former President Donald Trump, who declined to greet his successor as he hinted at a political return.
We will be back in some form. I wish the new administration great luck and great success.
Following a gift exchange with congressional leaders, President Biden and Vice President Harris attended a wreath laying at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier at Arlington National Cemetery. The president and first lady then kicked off the mostly virtual inaugural parade with a walk along Pennsylvania Avenue.
And this hour, we are expecting President Biden to begin signing some executive orders. Around 17 actions are expected on topics ranging from COVID to climate to immigration. A number of them are also expected to reverse some of the actions of the Trump administration. Live in Washington, I'm Natalie Brand. Now back to you.
Natalie, before you go, you were on Capitol Hill 2 weeks ago when those rioters stormed in. You're there today. Describe the feeling of being there.
Elliot, as we've been telling you and showing you, the amount of security simply unprecedented and really reached a peak today. Walking into the Capitol complex, you see fences that you cannot scale, lined with National Guard troops armed. And so that image was just so striking. Things have been so on edge here. But then when we heard from President Biden during that ceremony, we got a sense, almost a return return to tradition and normalcy during that moment. It really has been striking today that despite all of the challenges from the pandemic to the unprecedented security, we are still having some of the tradition and pomp and circumstance that we are so used to on an inauguration day.
Sometimes watching it on TV, you can hardly tell the difference in some of those events. Natalie, thank you very much for that live update from the nation's capital.